Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in to the stream where I prove without a shadow of a doubt that Hyrule is a flat earth. Now, honestly, let's get into this. Easy, peasy, beautiful, okay? Hyrule is a flat earth. That's all you need to know, right? Okay, let me get this right here. All right, guys. This is real. This is serious, and I need you to know this. Hyrule is a flat earth. This is important, and I need to let you guys know this. Hyrule is a flat earth. Now, I'm going to prove without a shadow of a doubt that the world of Tears of the Kingdom is not a sphere, but it is a flat world. Now, why do you care? Why do you care? You've played Tears of the Kingdom before. Why do you care? Where did the Guardians go, huh? Flat earth. Why did the Zonai leave? Flat earth. Are those chemtrails over my Rito village? Hyrule is a flat earth. Now, how am I going to prove this? Right? We're going to use the scientific method to go over all of the facts that are within Tears of the Kingdom to show you guys exactly what I mean here and what they don't want you to know. The first step here, observation, right? We're going to make some observations first about our surrounding area and the world that we currently live in, right? And maybe just about some shapes in general. First off, this is a sphere. This is a flat. All right? Sphere. Flat. Sphere. Flat. Sphere. Flat. Sphere. Flat. Sphere. Right? Flat. Okay? What are the four fundamental forces in the universe? We need to understand what these are first before we get into anything else. Because I will be using this to back up my claims that this is a flat earth, right? So four fundamental forces in the universe. First one, electromagnetism. You need to know it. Weak nuclear force, second one. Third one, gravity. Fourth one, and this is the strongest force in the entire universe. I kid you not. It is called, guess what? The strong force. That is real, okay? Gravity. We're going to be talking about gravity in order for us to understand exactly what is happening here. Okay, gravity. It is the force between two different masses, right? One mass is attracted to another mass, right? The more massive an object is, the more things are attracted to it, right? The more massive an object is, the more things are attracted to it, right? The first part of that is true. The second part, not so true. Also known as your mom, right? So gravity, right? Two masses that are attracted to each other, right? Sometimes you can also have a third mass, right? There's a three-body problem where there are three different masses. We're going to get to the flat earth thing in a second. You'll see exactly why, right? But not only that, these masses, even though they are attracting each other, they're attracting everything else in the entire universe, right? There is everything else attracted to these masses. Now, why does gravity matter, right? Well, gravity in a spherical world, right? You might be like, oh, hey, you know, if you drop things down to Earth, as it were, and it was a sphere, it would drop at 9.8 meters per second squared. But I'm trying to show you guys that Hyrule is flat. And as you can see here, Link is experiencing gravity. So we can understand here, right, the very basic principle that gravity exists in Hyrule. Now that we've gone over that, right, what if, rather than Earth, right, a spherical object, right, falling down at 9.8 meters per second here with gravity, what if the flat plane of Hyrule is accelerating upwards at 9.8 meters per second squared? So rather than you falling down, everything else is falling up. You ever think about that? I don't think so, right? But what is accelerating it upwards, right? Because we understand that gravity is two pieces of mass going together. So what is accelerating Hyrule upwards, right? Something's attracting the world of Hyrule at a really big pace. And we all know that it's not your mom. So, theory, okay? Theory here. The Zonai are the ones attracting Hyrule upwards. Their sheer gravitational force is the ones taking the flat plane of Hyrule and lifting upwards, which explains gravity. This is exactly how it works. The Zonai in the sky are attracting Hyrule towards them. And this is the crux of my argument, that Hyrule is a flat Earth. Remember it. Everything you know is a lie. You might think, oh, I think it's a spherical object. I think I know what happened to the Guardians. I think I know what the Zonai. You don't. Everything you know is a lie, and I will show you exactly what I mean by this, right? Why did the Zonai leave? And this will relate back to how it's a flat Earth. Why did the Zonai leave? We see during one of the cutscenes here that Ganon says, oh, you know, the Zonai no longer grace the world with their presence. Guess what? I just made a claim. I said that the Zonai are still here, right? They're attracting the entire world of Hyrule up, which explains why there's gravity in Hyrule, even though it's a flat plane, right? So what do I mean by that? If I'm saying the Zonai are right here, they're actually still in Hyrule. Everything you know is a lie. How do we know this? How do we know that they're still in Hyrule? The secret stones. Remember in another cutscene that a secret stone, once you take it and you ingest it, right, you become a dragon. Kind of a plot device that exists, you know? Don't worry about it too much, but it matters for the flat Earth here, right? Side note, don't worry about this. It's proven. All right, we've literally known this. So, okay, we know there are two dragons for sure that prove this theory, right? Zelda, this dragon, and Ganondorf. We see them swallow secret stones and become dragons. But these aren't the only dragons in the entirety of Hyrule. They're not the only ones. There's three other dragons, Dinral, Farosh, and Naydra. Those are three other dragons that we see in Hyrule. So we know that these are probably Zonai looking at us from the skies. That's right. And it's all a cover-up. It is all a cover-up. We thought that these three dragons here, right? These are the ones that are going to be, we're going to explore what these are in the DLC. Maybe we'll see them swallow their secret stones in the story behind them. No! There's no DLC. And you want to know why? Because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know the truth. And I'll explain this more, right? I'll explain this more. How do we know that the Zonai are the ones controlling everything behind the scenes? Take a look at Rauru here. Take a look at Rauru. Just Rauru. Okay? You see him through the game. Classic. Look at this guy, right? But did you notice what happens when he gets mad? You notice what happened? You see this? You see this? What do you see? Do you see what I see? They control everything from the background. That's right. All right, we'll take another example, right? This is what happens when he activates his light power, right? Do you see what I'm seeing? Huh? Do you see what I'm seeing? He makes a triangle formation. It's the Illuminati. I'm telling you right now, the Zonai are controlling literally everything that's happening in Tears of the Kingdom because they don't want you to know. They watch from above. They are the ones responsible for gravity. And this is the crux of my argument. Who's the bad guy, huh? Who's the bad guy? You think it's Ganondorf? Wrong! It's the establishment. And they don't want you to know the truth that Hyrule is a flat Earth. They don't want you to know the truth. Am I wrong? We'll take some quick questions first. We'll take some quick questions, right? Chat, do you guys have any questions for this. I'll open
Who
up
let this
TTS.
man cook / HYRULE is obviously a donut.
That's incorrect. I have been stating before and constantly that Hyrule is a flat Earth. A donut implies that there is a three-dimensional spherical object there. That is incorrect. And I will explain exactly how. Any quick questions? We got so much more to learn here. I have so much evidence to back up my claim.
Chat says that since Raru didn't have a kid, Zelda's ancestor hatched from one of Zelda's dragon eggs via parthenogenesis.
You could be right. You could be right. This one word will probably answer every question you have about that. Mitosis. I learned that word the other day and I think it's perfect for this.
Did you factor the curvature of Rorasas into your equations?
I did. We're talking about gravitational mass, spherical objects. I'm saying the absolute dumpy that the Zonai have are quite literally attracting the entire world of Hyrule upwards at 9.8 meters per second squared, simulating the force that you think gravity is on spherical objects like the Earth. However, it's a flat plane.
But
that's what matters.
Hyrule could be a triangle.
It could. It could. But it's still a flat plane, and that's what matters. That's what matters. It could be a triangle, especially with what we know about this. It could be a representation of literally everything. They're showing us in plain sight, but they never want us to actually know.
Hyrule is obviously a donut, as the guardians and shrines are all floating in the donut hole.
Could be. Okay. Great questions. We'll have another question segment in a second, okay? Don't worry. I will take your questions. I am not afraid of answering them because I have the answers. I have all of the answers here, okay? Anyways, how do they keep it from us? Okay? We got so much here. How are they keeping this from us from trying to understand? Let me enlighten you. Okay? Example 1. Got a couple examples here. Rito Village. You see this? You see this right here. Okay? When you stumble upon Rito Village for the first time, you see a giant tempest surrounding the entire thing. This isn't actually Ganon's doing. It's actually the Zonai. The Zonai did it, right? I mean, obviously Colgera, right? Like, sure, that's Ganon. Scourge of the Wind Temple, whatever. But the Wind Temple itself is the doing of the Zonai. And we know this through the events of the game that the Zonai did this. So why is there a giant tempest? Huh? Postulate. Why would the Zonai want a huge windstorm around Rito Village? I have one word for you. Chemtrails! Chemtrails! That's right. You know what chemtrails are. You'll see these spewing out of your airplanes in the sky. Chemtrails, right? What? The things out of the airplanes, right? It's the government doing population control. They're spreading chemicals in our atmosphere for population control, right? You see this, the Wind Temple? You see around it? Chemicals. All chemicals spreading throughout Hyrule for population control. You want to know how I have proof, right? I'm making a lot of claims here. You want to know how I have proof? Y'all ever see babies? You ever see babies in Tears of the Kingdom? I don't think so. This is a young woman that I found in Hateno Village. Not a baby. Very clearly, she's grown up. This is a child in Terrytown, right? Not a baby. I found a young Goron toddler, maybe, right? But there are no babies in Tears of the Kingdom. I challenge you to find a single baby. You will not find a baby. And you want to know why? Population control, right? If they control the population, they control the narrative. They can control what we think and what we do. Wind Temple chemtrails. And you know what else they control? Furthermore, they control the skies. We know this because they open the game, right? We see these Zonai construct. Very clearly, the Sky Islands are the Zonai. Further, representing that the Zonai are the ones in the sky attracting the entire flat plane of Hyrule, right? This is how they've kept it from us. Because you know what else is in the sky? The Water Temple. That's right, the Water Temple. Example 2, the Zoras are in on it. You want to know how they're in on it? I got 2 words for you. Dihydrogen monoxide. It's a dangerous chemical in our water. And the Water Temple is the one that is developing it, producing it, presenting it to the rest of Hyrule. Interesting, huh? Interesting. You can see right here an image taken right from the behind production part, the manufacturing plant of the Water Temple. Dihydrogen monoxide, all right here. Look at this. The correspondent who took this image may or may not be with us still. Okay? This is the location of where the Water Temple is roughly in Hyrule. You see this? You see this? This is the flow of dihydrogen monoxide over the course of Hyrule. Okay, might be into one lake. Wrong! It goes everywhere! It goes everywhere! The rivers permeate through the structure of the entire world. So the production of the Water Temple affects everyone. You breathe air, Wind Temple. You drink water, dihydrogen monoxide's in it. That's right. Now you might be like, hey, dihydrogen monoxide, I don't know what that is. Why is that so bad? I don't understand what dihydrogen monoxide is. Why is that so bad? Well, I got a couple facts for you. First off, #1 greenhouse gas. The #1 most abundant greenhouse gas in the entire thing. Why is... The #1 greenhouse gas, the most abundant one, is dihydrogen monoxide. This is taken from the EPA Climate Indicator and Atmospheric Concentration article on EPA.org. That's right, it's an organization meant to show you guys this. #2. #2, it has chemicals. Dihydrogen monoxide has chemicals in it used in nuclear bombs. You ever hear of a hydrogen bomb? You ever hear of a hydrogen bomb? Huh? Yeah? Dihydrogen monoxide. In dihydrogen monoxide are chemicals used for nuclear bombs. What are they doing? We don't know. But they also don't want you to know. Here's some other dihydrogen monoxide facts that you may not know, and why this is so dangerous, and why they are able to keep the flat earth of Hyrule away from us. #1, okay? Colorless and odorless industrial solvent, right? If you don't know what that is, then dude, do I have to explain this to you? It is insane. This thing will cook you. Second, every terrorist has ever used this substance. That's all you need to know about it. It's used in cult rituals. It can cause severe burns. It's in our oceans and a major component of asteroid. But not only that, right? Everyone who drinks it will die. If this isn't serious for you yet, then I don't know what else they are keeping from you. I don't know how far you've been affected by the dihydrogen monoxide in our waters or the chemtrails in our airs. But babies unknowingly ingested, if they existed, wake up! Wake up, chat! These are all of the ways that the Zonai are trying to keep you from realizing that Hyrule is a flat Earth! Whoa, yeah! Gotta add that fact, right? Quick question. Any quick questions from chat? I'll answer.
If the mass of the Zonai attacked Hyrule, then why doesn't the mass of Hyrule attract things as well? It is much more massive. Also, constant acceleration of Hyrule would result in a speed of Hyrule beyond the speed of light.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? You're asking a question such of that caliber? Excuse me. Why don't you do your own research and go to the bookstore?
If gravity is caused by the Zonai, why isn't Link being pulled up all the time and instead fall back down to Hyrule?
Yes, because the force, the gravitational force of Hyrule is still great, that it pulls down Link. But a greater force is taking the entire flat plane of Hyrule and pulling that up. Glad I can answer your question.
If the secret stones around why is Hyrule flat, how does it connect?
Ah, yes. The secret stones being round are propaganda. The propaganda, spread by the Zonai agenda to make you believe that spherical objects are the ones that you are currently standing on. But they're not. The shape of a secret stone is a propaganda piece.
Guardians aren't real because I eated them. Yum yum.
Could be. We'll get to the Guardians in effect. Right? We've answered where are the Zonai. I'll answer soon where the Guardians went. I have the answers for you. Thank God you stepped into this stream. We got this. I'm glad I can inform you guys as my audience. I'm doing a due diligence for you.
Did you consider the environmental factors that people didn't have babies due to the apocalypse?
And what started the apocalypse? What's distracting you from the shape of the world? An apocalypse presented by some unknown factor? That's what they don't want you to realize. You're
I'm so scared the government is going to take him out mid-presentation for speaking
with an apocalypse
the truth.
that you're not realizing what's actually going on. Yeah, I don't worry. I got security outside of the door. I got security. There might be a red dot on my forehead sometime soon, but we got it covered. We got it covered.
If the Zonai are the ones attracting Hyrule towards them, they would have to constantly be accelerating away from Hyrule at exactly the same rate that Hyrule is accelerating towards them.
That sounds like a lot of math, and I'll have to do that math later. But I'm telling you right, these are solid facts. Everything I'm telling you is not an opinion, and you need to realize this.
What in the J. Jonah Jameson did I just walk into?
I'm sorry, my name is PointCrow. Now I'm here telling you the truth. And nothing but the truth. And all of the truth. Any other quick questions before we move on? Any quick questions?
The Muckinzora's domain from the water temple is made of dihydrogen monoxide and atrazine, and the atrazine is turning the Zora gay.
You ever wonder why there's so many different colors of Zora? Huh? You ever wonder why they represent a rainbow color? Yeah? Huh? You ever wonder? You ever wonder why the Zora have turned woke? Wow, yeah! Yeah! Just putting that out there. All right, let's continue on. Okay, let's continue on. We got some more things here, okay? We got some questions to ask of ourselves, okay? How do they control things like this? How do they do it? Right, we have the dihydrogen monoxide in the water, and we have the chemtrails in the air. How do they create these apocalypses to distract you from the truth? Example 3, my proof. Guardians. You wonder where they went? You wonder? More specifically, Divine Beast. You wonder where this thing went? Varuda. Remember in Breath of the Wild when it caused a torrential downpour? Guess what's happening in the Zora now, huh? You ever wonder what's happening with a storm and a torrential downpour? That's right. Now, there's a specific thing about Guardians of Divine Beasts. The official response from Nintendo of, hey, why aren't there Guardians of Divine Beasts in Tears of the Kingdom? I have that right here. The quote from an interview stating exactly, there's no one who knows the mechanism or reason why they disappeared, and it's considered a mystery. A mystery that I've solved. No one knows. They've all disappeared. All of them, huh? Lies! There's one right here. If you go to Hateno Village in Tears of the Kingdom, you can see a Guardian clearly on the roof of the ancient tech lab. That's right. They still exist. They haven't disappeared. They're still here all along all along. And you know what they're trying to distract you from? They're trying to distract you from the truth. The truth, the thing that I have, that I'm trying to give to you. Like, oh, well, PointCrow, right? Obviously, they're trying to keep this from you. They're trying to distract you from the truth. What is the truth? How do we know that Hyrule is actually a flat Earth? Well, let me explain this to you, right? Layers, right? Layers, the depths, the surface, and the sky. Now, we've already represented the sky, and that's the reason for gravity with the Zonai and everything that they control with the Illuminati. We already went over that. But what about the surface and what about the depths? Well, to prove that Hyrule is a flat Earth, let me explain it to you. Layers, right? The depths should be smaller than the surface level if the world was a sphere. This is how it currently looks like, a one-to-one recreation. The depths is a negative of the surface, an opposite as you would, but it's the same exact size. Weird, because this is how it would look like on a flat plane. This is how it would look like on the world of Hyrule. And this is how it would look like if it was a sphere. Now, the depths would be smaller, right? If this was actually a sphere, the depths would be actually a smaller chunk than that of Hyrule. Reason being, right, this is Hyrule on a sphere. It would be a conical shape. I took geometry. I know this. The depths should be a smaller plane than that of the surface. But it's not, because Hyrule is on a flat Earth. That's right. We'll move on. Horizons, right? Horizons. Another example here of how it's a flat Earth. If you are standing on a sphere and you look towards the horizon and you look at this tree, the tree should be smaller. It should be shorter to you because of the curvature of a sphere. Now take a look at this image. Let's talk about world borders. Third example of how Hyrule is a flat Earth. Okay? World borders. This is the area that you are allowed to explore in Tears of the Kingdom. What happens when you try to go past this area? What does it say? You can't go any further. The game won't let you. They won't let you leave. What don't they want you to see? What are they trying to keep from you? Maybe the edge of the earth, perhaps? And Hyrule is a flat earth! Crowanon.com. Join us. Join the truth. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This has been my presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I have been silenced for way too long. I've been silenced. And this is it. This is my truth. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Godspeed. Have a goddamn beautiful rest of your night.